Hey, y'all, want to get on and encourage y'all real quick. So this is for the people who fought for their marriages and it didn't make it. You got to understand that nobody will fully understand how hard you fought for your marriage but you. Some of you sacrificed so many things for that marriage to work and it still didn't work. You were stressed. You sacrificed a whole bunch of stuff. You loved that marriage and that person more than you loved yourself. You were okay with accepting the bare minimum just to keep your marriage because you didn't want to go through a divorce. And some of you still went through a divorce and you cannot understand why you had to go through a divorce. Because you got in that marriage, there was nothing in your mind when you got into that marriage that said divorce. You were a person willing to live the rest of your life with this person, and it didn't work out that way. Now you are resentful, you're embarrassed, you're ashamed. You are. Because I was that person. I literally fought with every part of me to save that marriage. I was married to a man who did not mind putting me in a situation where I had to fight for my marriage. Some of y'all went through the same thing. A man cheated on you. You can't get over the fact that he's moved on. Let him go head on. If you wasn't good enough for him, baby, that's okay. That doesn't mean that you're not good enough. You can't base your own self-esteem on somebody else's preference. That has nothing to do with you. That doesn't make you less worthy because somebody preferred this or whatever. Let them go head on. You can't keep living in the past. You watching 8 pages and doing all this and whatever. You gotta let it go. You did I'm telling you, you did the best that you could. You gotta let it go. You fought as much as you could. You gotta let it go. You didn't want your marriage to end. Some of you, this is why forced to divorce. You didn't have a choice. Some of you going upside your head. All type of stuff. Everybody's situation is different. You had to leave. And even if you didn't leave, if they left you, if it got to that point, either way it was dissolved. The situation was dissolved. And I'm sure you fought as hard as you could, even if they left you. And it's okay. I don't like quoting scripture, and I don't know the exact scripture, but it's a scripture in the Bible that says, like, if the unbelieving spouse leaves, then you are like free from that situation. If a person don't believe no more in a covenant that they made with you before God, baby, let them go head on. You're free. You're not in bondage to that person any longer. You're not. Let them go ahead. They broke the covenant. And I guarantee you, God will honor you for fighting for your marriage. I know he will. He did it for me. For so long I had on, oh, what if I could have did this better? Oh my goodness, I wish I could have said this. What if I would have did this? What if I can't go back and fix none of that. And some of y'all can't right now. You are allowing that past to affect your future right now because you can't even think straight right now and live a happy life because you're you're stuck. I'm going to tell you where you're stuck at. You're stuck in the past and you're stuck on where you really want to be in life. Where you want to be, you're right in the middle. And you don't know how to get out of this rut because you're still holding on and letting the past control you. You don't know how to let this person go. You're choosing. You are making a decision to hold on to what they did to you when you can make a decision to let it go. You are the one in control of your life. You are the one in control of your emotions. So you can literally make a decision to no longer care. Because you're making a decision to care. And you might be like, well, that's easier said than done. It's not. It's really easy. It just takes some time. It just takes some time. But it's doable. But the first step, I'm telling y'all, is forgiveness. That person does not deserve any more of your mental space. They don't. They're not worth it. If you were in a situation a person did not value you, they didn't appreciate who you was as a person, they didn't appreciate you fighting for them, because this is a different type of world. People ain't out here fighting for people like that no more. People getting divorces for people, you yell at them wrong, they gone. But you a different type of person when you sit there, you fight for somebody that's treating you wrong because you believed in the covenant that you made before God. You a different type of person. Everybody ain't built like you. I'm telling you, everybody ain't built like that. For so long, I felt ashamed for fighting for my man. Why? Why was I ashamed? I made a covenant before God through sickness and in health. For better or for worse. Even in the times where it was worse, I stayed. Because that's what I said I was going to do. That's what I said. But he left. I didn't have no choice but to walk away. Because sometimes God will make stuff walk away from you. I'm telling you. Once it was over with, and like I told y'all before, once he brought me the divorce papers, and I signed them, he come back, well, if you wanted me so bad, why would you sign them? Why would you bring them before me? Baby, I didn't fought too long. I'm going to go ahead and let you go ahead on. I'm going to let you go ahead on. If you feel like you can do better, go ahead and do better. Then when the divorce papers, then they was doing the proceedings, he called, I want to stop the proceedings. I can't do it. Let them people go ahead and do that. I'm not dealing with you no more. It's over with now. Because the minute you put some divorce papers in front of me, baby, I'm going to go ahead and let you go ahead on. But it was tough. But I said, you know what? I fought to the point to where I almost lost my mind. I think it's time to let you go. Because that marriage had reached death. It was over with. It was over with. And some of y'all don't know how to let go. It's over with. It's not going to determine your future. You walking around now like you got a big old sign on. Sorry, y'all. But you walking around like you got a big old sign say divorce on you. It's okay. There are people that have been divorced that have made it in life. It's nothing for you to be ashamed of. You fought as hard as you could. Nobody knows how hard you fought for your marriage but you and God. They feel like they can do better, let them go. They feel like you're not good enough for them no more. Sometimes you just got to cut stuff loose and be like, you know what? It wasn't a loss. It was a lesson. It is what it is. And drive on. But what you're not going to do is give up on yourself because of a human being. You're not going to do that. You can't afford to do that. So you're going to keep going. You're going to respect the fact that this decision that they made, they want to go out here and do all this. Okay, respect their decision. And respect yourself enough to be like, it is what it is. I did it the best that I could. Now I got to move on. So you pick your head up, ma'am, sir. If you know you did as much as you could, pick your head up and drive on. This is not the end of your life. I don't care if it's the second, third marriage. Don't give up on yourself. Don't be walking around here thinking you a failure because your marriage failed. Don't you do that. That's a trick. You got a whole life to live. Stop carrying that burden of divorce. I'll get to preaching. Love y'all.